Hi.
Hello. Hi, everyone. All right. Well, tonight we'll be at Talladega Super Speedway. We actually have, Bill, are you going to be in the booth while you drive or?
He just moved to the garage.
Oh, okay. Well, our very own Bill Martin will be racing tonight. So as for commentating, it'll just be me and Ryan Taft tonight. But we'll be sure to check in with Bill time to time to see if he has some on track reactions to what's going on. But just have several more guys qualifying, and then we should be getting going here. I'm trying to wrap up some compliance training. My boss assigned me. Well, I mean, not that he assigned me it because like I messed up, but like because it's required for everyone. So if I step away for a second, that's what's going on. How about you, Ryan?
Uh,
Are you doing any compliance training right now?
nope, I am not.
Okay.
I am multitasking like I usually do, watching everything going on. Got the race or the hockey game going on in my
Oh,
ears.
there you go. Wait, who's playing tonight?
Carolina and Florida.
Gotcha.
Yep, game one of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Those those Northeast teams just don't hang anymore, don't they?
No, they don't.
Yeah.
They're
See,
starting to fall apart.
yeah. Whenever growing up, like to me, hockey was just all like Northeast Canada. I never thought of like Carolina or down south to be like hockey powerhouse areas.
Well, Carolina was transplanted from what used to be Hartford. They used to be the Hartford Whalers. Then they got relocated to Carolina, and now they're the Carolina Hurricanes.
Mm,
And Winnipeg Jets, yes, they do have another team now, but they used to be up in Winnipeg, obviously. Then they got trans or relocated to Phoenix, became the Coyotes, and now all the Coyotes are obviously Utah. And then all on top of that, the now Winnipeg Jets used to be the Atlanta Thrashers.
gotcha.
Yeah, that had two expansion teams come in, which are now the Vegas Golden Knights and Seattle Kraken.
All right. It looks like we're done qualifying. Zach Johnson actually got the pole there, and his time disappeared. So I can't tell you what his qualifying time was, but he will be on the pole tonight.
I can pull it up for you. He qualified with a 53.085.
So there you have it. P2 will be Corey Mott, then Josh Stoltz, Joe right behind him, and then Caleb Sheets and Garth Griswold, top six. Uh, Bill qualified 22nd, so not last. He's not last, but definitely will be able to. Hopefully, he can stay in line and keep the draft. Go through the starting grid here. Back to the first page. So, as I mentioned, Zach Johnston on the pole tonight, Corey Mott P2, Josh Stoltz in third, Joe Wright fourth, Caleb Sheets fifth, Garth Griswold sixth, Stephen Carlisle seventh, Nick Vasquez eighth, Caleb Carter ninth, Noah Hunt 10th, Joe Gibbons 11th, Michael Deitch 12th, Jonathan Ledger 13th, Ray Gill 14th, Tyler Krozak 15th, Jim Mott 16th, Henry Kalhoff 17th, Vince Mitchell 18th, Cameron Romano 19th, Ted Lisby 20th, Hunter Bogdan 21st, Bill Martin 22nd, Tyler Bellinger 23rd, Alan Phillips in the 24th spot. So we are rolling. Just one warm up lap here, or out lap, and then we'll be taking the green. Hopefully we don't get too many cautions, because cautions take a long time here.
That they do. They're heading down the Alabama gang straightaway right now, which is also the backstretch.
Look at that, Nick Vasquez fans are back. Oh, cheering on Bill too. There you go. Yeah, we all want Bill to succeed.
My question is, white flag, you're sitting in second. When do you make your move?
I think you want to, depending on what help you got. Like if people are gonna go with you, then you can make your move coming out of 4. But really just depends too what kind of support you got around you. But pace car is in. They are still rolling down that front stretch. Obviously the start finish is after the trial over here, but should see that green flag any moment into the Geico restart zone. And green flags in the air here at Talladega. 300 miles around this beast, 113 laps. And so far, so good. 2x2.
I was gonna give you a track temp, but track temp really doesn't matter here.
It's probably hot. It looks hot.
Yeah, the same temperature it was last night at Bristol.
Yeah, we did have one
106.
guy fall out of line. Looks like Jonathan Ledger got a little bit wobbly and went to the inside. Maybe he's just bailing out, but Corey Mott will be sliding onto the inside there, taking the lead from Zach Johnson, 45 car. They are teammates, so would make sense if they are trying to get lined up here and get their strategy rolling. But see the 45 doing a good job pushing Corey Mott on the inside lane, outside lane, still trying to get formed up. Less help there. You have Joe Wright, Caleb Sheets, I believe. No, sorry, who's that? 39, 30, 37. Let's see. 99. Yeah, Joe Wright, Garth Griswold, and Nick Vasquez, who actually just bailed down to the bottom. Looks like Joe Wright might have just got hung out to dry. He's on the outside there with Noah Hunt, so he's going to fall back a little bit.
Okay. Huh.
All single file until about 8th position. Nick Vasquez was floating in the middle there, kind of in no man's land. Hopefully he's trying to get hooked up with that outside lane there. You see him try to get in front of I believe that's Garth Griswold there in the target car. But oh, he got boxed out through the tri-oval. He got boxed out into the outside wall, so early troubles for that 22 car. No one really seems like they want to hook up with him. He's gonna get shuffled back.
What exactly did happen?
Seemed like he was trying to get hooked up with somebody on the outside lane after rolling middle.
Oh yeah, he was waiting for Ray Hill to get by and was gonna try to sneak behind him, but Ray kind of got him in his left front with Ray's right rear.
Yeah, we'll see if we can see what happened here. So you see coming through after the tri-oval. Oh, it looks like the 66 just didn't know he was there. Ray Gill just went up the track a little bit and got up into Nick, so he's not going to be happy about that. Looked like he had a tiny bit of damage on that front right side. Hopefully he can keep the draft here and get some damages repaired if he has any. But back up to the front, single file. Still Corey Mott, Zach Johnson leading the way with Josh Stoltz sitting in the 3rd position.
now it's just all patience, give and take here and there.
Yep, we do see that outside line rolling now pretty well on the outside, getting a run on this inside line of cars here. The 55 charging ahead, and 18 pushing Cameron Romano pretty strong now, about even with Zach Johnson up there. We'll go back to that other camera angle to see exactly how they're doing here.
We just had a huge run, and now Vince Mitchell jumped out of line, got down in front of Corey, and now Vince Mitchell is leading.
Yeah, so 55 Cameron Romano push, looks like the 18 to the lead there. The NASCAR camera I have set up wouldn't switch off the hood camera of Carlisle, so sorry we missed that, but you'll have to use your imagination. It was very cool.
There's the second pack. Looks like they're about 4 seconds behind. They got Lisby and Bill just hanging out way back, taking their time.
Yep, so we have, well, we have 2 packs and then a pair. Yep, Ted Lisby and Bill Martin hanging out in the backpack. But as long as I keep a decent time up and don't get lapped, really not a bad place to be until the end of this thing.
Yeah, I think Ted is just sitting back there taking his time, not in no hurry.
We do have one car blinking there. Don't know who that was exactly.
The 48 of Tyler Krawcheck.
Okay, Krawcheck is blinking a bit, so especially here at these restrictor plate tracks, when you see that, it's not always very inviting to work with that person. So hopefully his connection can get sorted before the end of this thing.
Yeah, it's never a good thing when you're trying to draft someone, they start blinking in front of you, then next thing you know, you lost the draft and you're
get away
way far
from
back.
me.
You try everything in your power to tell them that they're blinking and whatnot, and they just don't listen to you. Vince Mitchell just made a move to block the top line, which ruined his momentum and gave lead up to Corey for now.
Coming to the line this time, 10 laps into this first stage, 25 lap first stage here. Corey Mott in the lead. The outside lane really doing their best to keep up with this inside row. Occasionally they'll get a great run here and pull up to the leaders, but still about two to 2.5 cars back as you see him start to charge a bit down the outside, coming down the backstretch here, having the momentum out of 2.
If I were leading this outside line in the corners, I'd try to be as close as I can get to that inside line, trying to side draft and pull them back while pulling me forward.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think Stoltz is, he's not close enough to the 45 there. He's not doing a great job of pushing the 45. Third car in line can be really important to keep the momentum up. Seems like he's off his bumper a little bit too much. I don't know if he's having a temperature issue or what, but they want to keep this pace up, that he's gonna have to be a lot tighter to the 45. But easier said than done.
Yeah, it is a lot easier said than done for some cases. But then again, with it being this early in the race, you don't want to be pushing too hard, or because that's when the big wreck will happen.
True. Yep.
Takes one wrong push to cause a big one.
Yeah, and you can't put it all on Stoltz too, because it's kind of just like, I mean, Sheets is not pushing him, so he's falling off the 45 pretty easily. It's just
Yeah.
an accordion effect there. But you do see the 18 of Vince Mitchell drop down behind the 26 of Caleb Sheets. He takes fifth spot currently. He was leading that outside lane for a while, but decided to work now on his bottom groove. And the first car on that bottom lane now is the 55 machine, Cameron Romano. We saw him compete in a lot of races early in this series, but I think he took a little bit of a break. But back tonight for some Talladega action. I know he's always has a fast car in the races that he did compete in. I went back and took a look at the results. Pretty sure that he would be top 5, top 10 most races. So nice to see him back. Working back through the field. After this front pack here, we have Garth Griswold leading this trio of cars. You got Griswold, Phillips, Vasquez in his trio between them. And then they have some cars spread out further back. Ted Lisby and Bill Martin pulling up the rear. Now that outside lane is cooking, they actually are gonna leave these. Romano is gonna take credit for the lead this lap, so he and Noah Hunt actually were past Corey Mott there. You see Noah Hunt drop to the bottom, so Bellinger and 55 of Cameron Romano now have to work together on that outside. Hunt decided to drop down to the inside there. He's now going to be pushed by Corey and Zach Johnson.
The outside lines form together nice and straight. Give them making that nice run down the backstretch. Here comes the inside line back in play now. That's what's different about this track. Yeah, the inside line might have that speed around the inside on the inside line, but when it comes to come up the corner, the outside line's gonna get that run because, well, they got their speed up and they're easier to get hooked together and have the cars straight.
Yep, and you see Romano move down to the bottom from Hunt now, so that puts Bellinger at the front of that outside lane.
Almost had a wreck.
Romano moving down almost got hooked, or
no, when Romano moved down, Bellinger got up high and Ray Gill almost got the middle and
gotcha.
kind of reacted a little late and almost got left hooked. Ooh, one car just got sent down to the apron.
Oh yeah, through the grass.
Joe Gibbons.
Taking a look at that again. Joe Gibbons just got stacked up accordion. Able to save it though. Going through the grass for just a bit. Still saving it. So he will come out back onto the track without any damage, but obviously losing the draft there, he's gonna have to try his best to stay on the lead lap here before the end of this caution. 17 laps done in this first stage. Less than 10 laps left now. And Romano is our race leader with Noah Hunt, who had a great race last night at Bristol. Just got caught up in some incidents and had the car too damaged to finish that. So good to see him racing well tonight. So
Noah
far.
Hunt just made a move to the outside line. Now he will take over the lead.
Yep, you saw him slide up in front of the 88 there. Bellinger doing well to push him. Noah Hunt kind of working the middle, blocking both lanes. Bellinger moving ahead, though. He's going to get sucked back. He didn't have any support behind him. And now we see Caleb Sheets, the 26, try to make a third lane there. He's going to fall back to the back of both of these lines now and have to get formed up. Hopefully he's not losing the draft. It looks like Sheets was able to he's doing his best to get sucked up to that 4. I think he'll be fine. Oof. 66 of Ray Gill gets a tiny bit of boost through 3 and 4, exiting 4, but able to keep it behind Bellinger there. Kind of got like tight loose, it looked like.
Yeah, it tends to happen when you're pushing somebody and you got someone pushing you. You tend to get tight and loose at the same time.
You see Ray pop out of line here. Don't know if he's just trying to chill for a little bit. Maybe he just wants to get to the back of this thing to avoid any sort of incident that can damage his car here. So gotta be careful. Don't want to lose the draft here.
Got another pack forming up behind the lead pack.
Yep, Joe Wright leading this secondary pack here. It was a triple. Now it's 4 cars here. So 4 cars can be pretty quick if you get them formed up well. But looks like they're not exactly running nose to bumper super effectively quite yet, but they should be able to stay on the lead lap and get in for this caution at the end of the stage. You did see the 22 get up into the wall. Maybe he has a little bit of damage. We'll have to see. But now Carlisle to the front. Josh Stoltz pushing. Oh, we have a wreck. A big wreck. Noah Hunt around. A lot of cars collected. 4 car. 77 in the grass too. And 77 is gonna tow, so he might have had too much damage to even drive that back. I wonder, so the 81 actually got to the front. I didn't see him.
I just heard reports from Zach saying to go to his in-car.
Zach.
Uh,
I want to see when Carlisle took the lead. Let's see. So we see Stoltz.
Ooh.
See Stoltz and Carlisle on the outside lane. Think they get this push to the front here done.
Oh, by the way, it looks when Vince tried to make a move on the outside line to get around Carter. Carter just wedged him into the wall. And that's what started all this wreck.
Yeah, you see 18 go outside there. Caleb Sheets is in the middle of the 26 car. And 18 car still trying to move up on the outside. Gets to 4 loose and turns. 4 car turns Noah Hunt. And all sorts of damage there. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, who was that into the outside wall?
That was the 77 of Mott.
Eesh.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
more
why
with
he told in. Yeah,
man, mod. that is a
he died.
that is a violent hit. It looked like he thought he was safe. You know, he was staying low out of it, but
Yeah, the 26 and whoever was on his inside has got sent down into Mott, which right hooked him right into the
mm.
wall.
So a lot of cars with heavy damage there. Potentially some night enders for some of them. Back up to the front, Carlisle and Stoltz will be P1, P2. We're gonna have are we still gonna have a shootout for end of stage, or
Yep, it's gonna be a shootout for the end of stage.
okay? So we'll have a couple lap shootout to finish the stage.
Guaranteed Corey Mott is not happy.
Did Bill get caught up in?
No, he did not. They were so far back that they had enough time not to worry about getting caught up in it.
I saw him on pit lane. I was wondering, maybe he's flipping the stage. Bill's flipping the stage, so he comes out in the in the front here.
No, he's got a meatball for something. Come to choose cone.
I don't know what happened to Bill there.
Oop, wrong way.
Oh, let's see. Oh, did he spin it coming out of the pits? Oh no. He money shifted. Oh no, Bill, I want Bill. See him second. Oh, he money shift. Oh my gosh. He went to first instead of third.
Ooh, shifted from second to
First.
first. Ooh, that's not good.
And the engine blew. I haven't, yeah, I mean, that.
Welcome back to the booth, Bill.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, what? So you went to first instead of third, it looked like.
Oh, my. All right. So I'm used to my H pattern,
Oh,
and I think well, I know I did. I accidentally hit the downshift button and blew my engine.
you need to get rid of that downshift button.
I cannot believe it. I was right where I wanted to be. Everything was going fine. Lisby and I had just avoided a huge wreck.
Yep.
That almost happened on the back straightaway. We got separated. We were running. Everything was going perfect.
Yeah.
And then I hit the wrong buttons and downshifted and blew my engine. Cannot believe I did that. Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go change out of my driver's suit and I'm going to come on up to the booth.
Okay. All right.
See you in a bit.
All right. A green flag again for this couple lap shootout here for the end of stage one. Carlisle on the bottom, Bellinger just above him there, getting pushed by the 55 of Romano. On the inside line there, you have Stoltz and Sheets pushing Carlisle on the inside. Coming down the back stretch now, still side by side. Outside row has a little bit of advantage coming to turns 3 and 4. See Bellinger jump down in front of the 81 there. That leaves 55 in first place on the outside lane getting pushed by believe that's 63 of Henry Kalhoff. Potentially a third lane getting formed up. See Zach Johnson on the outside coming through the tri-oval on that third lane. Don't know if they're trying to get something formed up there, but Noah Hunt, who took a hard hit, is back on the racing surface. Don't know if his car is at full power, but we'll have to see if he has any speed left in that thing. Romano to the front now, in front of Henry Halhoff, getting pushed hard. And now Joe Wright up to third position. Where did he come from?
Man, Calhoff and Romano have a huge lead on the back now.
They are pushing the hell out of each other right now. 63 doing a great job. It's getting stuck to the bumper of the 55, and they're about 3 to 4 cars past this field, and these guys keep racing each other behind them. I don't think they'll be able to catch them before the end of this stage. And the caution's going to come out now, so that should be the stage. Cameron Romano, who has been absent for several races, comes back and wins his first stage here at DEGA. Henry Kalhoff will be finishing P2, and Joe Wright P3. You saw Joe Wright in that second pack, not even in the lead pack for most of that first stage. So to come home with third place finish in that first stage, that's a great drive for him to start this thing. We'll see who comes down pit lane here. I don't know if trying to check to see who pitted. So it looks like Nick Vasquez pitted, probably because of some of that damage he had. So expect for him to stay out. Alan Phillips also pitted on that last caution. Tyler Krozak pitted. Noah Hunt also pitted. Let's see if he has some damage on that thing. Nose looks pretty clean. Rear end looks clean. Yeah, I don't know if there's a ton of damage on that 35. So he should be good to go here to start the second stage. As far as other drivers who also pitted, looks like Caleb Carter also went in for some service there before the end of the stage, so he should also be staying out. Though we'll see if these guys come down. They have more damage to get fixed.
Oh, Vasquez and Phillips both stayed out.
Yep, looks like out of all the cars that called out for pitting on that caution before end of stage there, that Vasquez and Phillips were the only two that decided to stay out. Rest of the cars came down. Maybe they had some damage that you need to get fixed. Maybe they wanted to top off on fuel.
Yeah, good possibility.
And if that's Romano in the chat, he says first career stage win.
Yeah, it is his first career stage win. Here we come to the choose cone.
All right, so pace car lights are off. Coming back to line will be actually 5 laps already into the second stage, just because they do count the caution laps. But 20 lap shootout here for stage 2. Then we'll move on to the third and final stage. But starting out front, Nick Vasquez will be starting out front on the front inside row, and 63 of Kalhoff will be on the outside.
They start pulling into the pit road right now.
You want to do a crank it up to start this second stage?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. Green flag in the air to start the second stage. Vasquez and Kalhoff off front. We'll go to a quick crank it up. Oh my gosh, a big one coming out of the we caught it
Holy
right there
cow.
on the inside car angle during the crank it up, but huge wreck. We saw Stoltz get turned around into Romano. Sheesh.
Ooh.
We'll see if we can find the start of this thing. Oh no, yeah,
Nine
22
drifted up and
car,
got into
Ray
the
Gill,
left
9 car,
rear.
99 car, 57 car, all involved in that wreck. Then Sheets gets a handful of 57. I was gonna
The
say
9 drifted up
handful
on
of
the exit of the tri-oval and got to the left rear of the 43.
I think there's probably more cars involved than not, as far as the field goes. So we'll see.
I took up the whole field pretty much.
Yeah, we'll see who comes down pit lane to get some damages fixed there, but just 8 laps into the 25 lap second stage. I'm not going to say the big one, but that was a big one. Seems like see the 9 car push Vasquez. 9 car is the car that actually got into Stoltz there, turning him down into the 22, causing the 22 to slide up.
Poor Romano just got wedged. There was nothing he could do on that one.
Yeah, watch Allen flips here, pushes the 22. Oh, so you think he'll push the 9 car? No.
He just, there's bumps down there on the inside of the tri-oval, and that could have possibly what happened to the 9. Got them bumps just drunk coming off of the tri-oval and probably sent him up, and Romano had nowhere to go on the outside line against the wall, and he just got wedged into it. Luckily, it looks like he doesn't have much damage though.
On board with Ray Gill. I think Joe Wright might have survived. I was trying to find oh, I just crashed my.
Ooh.
Let's see. Oh man. So Wright squeaks by, so that's the 45 there, Zach Johnson.
Ooh. Joe might need a new pair of pants after that one. I just asked Joe if he needed a new pair of pants after that one. He said he was cooler than a polar bear going through that one.
Yeah. One hand on the wheel, one hand with a cigarette or a mixed drink. I don't know.
Coming through the choose cone.
No, we'll actually do a quick check of all these cars, starting from the front. Front ends look clean there. Ezekiel has a tiny bit of damage. Carlisle looks clean. Zach Johnson clean. Gibbons clean. Wright looks good. Good. Noah Hunt had some damage earlier. Maybe a tiny bit for Jim Mott, though it looks like this just is pain. Harder, unless it's right side damage, looks good. Prozak looking good. Vasquez looking good. Some damage for Griswold and Deitch heavy damage. Mitchell some heavy damage. And Stoltz only just rolling off pit road with a ton of damage as well. Bogdan in his scrapyard car.
Man, I
Oh,
just
that
want to
girl.
apologize. I cannot believe what a race I didn't have. I am so bummed out, boys.
That's what happens when you're out of the game for too long. But we all make silly mistakes. It's okay. But yeah,
Well,
definitely
it was
tough way to.
it was Taft's fault. He shouldn't have thrown the caution.
At least
Well, I mean,
he
there was
didn't
a
get
huge
wrecked
wreck.
or wreck somebody, you know.
Yeah, no, I didn't wreck anybody, and just a really sensitive paddle I have, and it just hit the wrong one. That was it. But we're going green.
Should have just smashed the clutch in or something. I don't know, but yeah, it can be tough to react. But yeah, green flag should be coming out any second. Bellinger with the great jump on the inside, though the 63 of Kalhoff also about side by side by the time they get to the start finish. And Kalhoff actually has the 81 of Carlisle already to his bumper. 88 of Bellinger doesn't have any support quite yet, though Ray Gill and company should be up to him any second. I had it pumped up from the Crank It Up.
While you're gone, Bill, you missed the big one.
Yeah, Bill, there was a huge wreck.
Oh, well, I see my man Lisby that I was running with. He's moved up, and kind of bummed out. We're right where I want to be. I told you last night I just wanted to hang out in the back, and Lisby and I were just cruising around, enjoying ourselves, and then I screwed up. I just so bummed about it, and I want to thank Mr. Carlisle with Ethics Racing for helping me out with my setup tonight, giving me some pointers. Super good dude, man, and he really helped me out. He also liked the nickname I gave him Popeye last night too, so that made me feel good.
Well, he's sitting second right now, so
He is, and I'll tell you what, Kalhoff has a rocket. I ran with him in practice a little bit, and he really he's got a fast car. One thing is for sure is when you're racing these cars and you're only a 2-car group, you cannot catch anybody in front of you. I was trying everything I could to get to the bumper and bump draft Lisby. When you're in 2 cars, you just cannot close, and you can't even catch each other to bump draft. It's the strangest thing. These cars are horrible in the draft.
Yeah, they're definitely I mean I always lose the draft whenever I try to do super speedways in these cars. I just don't have the feel for them like I do the Xfinity and trucks, but looks like the inside lane is the preferred lane.
caution is out.
Oh,
Joe Ray
caution
got
is out.
spun.
Go back and take a look. See, Joe Wright might have had a wreck. Here's a Ford car behind him. Caleb Carter just got underneath him and hooks him. Oof. And straight into the
Well,
28 there of
luckily,
Ledger.
he didn't get much damage from it.
Who, Ledger?
No, Joe. Looking over his car, I don't see any significant damage.
Yeah, it looks like Ledger took quite a bit of damage there. But yeah, Joe's... the door is a little caved in there, but other than that...
Yeah. Ledger's got some right foot damage.
I don't know. He might have a rocket ship now. Some less drag on that left side.
I think it's funny that Kalhoff and who's the other driver? They're running the Talladega Nights
Yeah,
team.
Deitch.
They've been talking.
Deitch.
Yeah, they've been talking shake and bake all day. It's pretty funny. I was kind of hanging out in the pit area with the guys, during the race, and we were having a good time until it wasn't a good time.
Mm.
But a lot of fun going on in this race tonight. I actually was running and during practice. I was running fifth fastest car in practice, so fifth fastest lap. So doesn't mean anything in practice, but I know I had a car that could keep up and that could run. So
Yeah, especially with all these wrecks. I
yeah,
mean, you weren't exactly in a position to be involved with the wreck, so who knows where you could have finished up.
yeah, I was just like I said, I was just hoping to hang in the back and kind of work my way forward. And oh, I cannot believe I did that. And you know what though? Last year at Indy, I kind of made the same maneuver. I really screwed up on the first lap of Indy last year, so I don't know. At least this year it was I got to run a little bit before the things went south. But hey, how did the Ford Mustang look with the Cletus McFarland scheme?
It looked good.
Yeah, it was fun. I was having a good time out there. He called me up, took my man card away from shifting. So uh,
I really can't say much on it because I've been watching the front of the field for accidents. So
you were supposed to have been watching me the whole time. I cannot, you know.
how am I supposed to race control when I'm just watching one car when I got to watch the whole field?
You're supposed to penalize everybody so I get out front. That's what you were supposed to do. That's what I paid you for.
I don't see any money in my PayPal account or Cash App or Venmo.
Uh, I gave you credit on my OnlyFans. How about that?
I don't have an OnlyFans account, so I really can't do that one either.
Oh, well, that's what they all say.
Someone, Vasquez fan 22 said we
Yeah,
should have done it over under on how many laps Bill would last.
yeah, you should have, and oh, I cannot believe I was running. I was decent. I was right where we were just fast enough to stay on the lead lap. We weren't going to go down. We were away from everybody. It was such a nice little run. And, I learned a lot from him just being behind him like that. And I just cannot believe I did that. Man, they don't call me a math hole for nothing, folks. What we should do, we want, you know what? I've got the bug now. I've got the bug. Man, you might start seeing me in more and more races here in the Carolina Cup Series. We're gonna see what
Okay.
happens.
Yeah.
So we might
We
see
gotta
you
get
at
Mr.
the
Carlisle.
might see you at Charlotte then racing.
No, yeah, no,
I don't know. I was thinking about it.
man. You know how to hurt a guy's feelings, don't you? We'll see
Sometimes.
what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know about. Excuse me. I don't know about Charlotte. Charlotte's never really been a great track for me, and especially in a car like this that I just have such little experience in. So, with a little more practice and a little more help, I don't have setups, So thank God for Mr. Carlisle to help me tonight, and it's. I had a decent car even in qualifying. When it came to qualifying, I backed off the throttle coming out of turn four rather. So I really don't want anything to do with qualifying out front. I want to be in the back. So I know I had a decent car. It's just, yeah, going down that back straightaway, saw everybody getting sideways. And when you're in the back of the pack and you see somebody's headlights, it's time to back off the throttle.
Usually.
Once again, getting ready to go green. Calhoff and Johnson out front. Johnson was out front for a while last night, had a good car. Bad luck bit him again. Getting ready to go green, and here we go. Coming off that horrible caution we just had, and now we've got Carlisle and Kalhoff kind of breaking away a little bit. Easily coming on down to take the lead in front of the rest of the pack and not really panic too much about that outside lane. It doesn't look like that outside lane has the momentum it needs, especially when they got another car going almost 3 wide, trying to wreck each other going down the back straightaway. A little bit of side drafting going on, and that's really not going to do anything but hurt you right now, especially in the pack. You see the 22 of Vasquez kind of working his way forward. I just want to say I did qualify in front of Nick Vasquez tonight, I believe. Did I or did I not? I
I
I
don't.
thought I did.
I think you. I don't know if you did because you were third from last. I think there was only 2 guys behind you in one of the.
I
I
didn't
thought-
qualify faster than Vasquez.
What was that?
You didn't qualify faster than Vasquez.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Hey, I can say that. You know what I mean? And of course, I'm gonna give him a rubbing. So, but right now, towards the middle of the pack, we got 3 and almost 3 wide right there. But they decided to smarten up and straighten out. They're trying to get that outside line to build up the momentum, and it's not really going well. Excuse me. Again, the inside line right now is really where you want to be, just kind of hanging out, filling in some laps. And I apologize about the coughing. Living in New England, we got the pollen that is out right now, and it's absolutely, my car looks like it's yellow and it's actually black. So that's how bad it is up here right now. Out front. No, go ahead.
I can't do pollen. I'm allergic to it.
Yeah. Same
Yeah,
here.
it's brutal. Whoa. I don't know if you saw that, but Vasquez and Gibbons kind of got a little bit squirrely right there on the 8. Vasquez is trying to get that outside line moving, and now he's getting some help. These cars are starting to gain now, and they're actually going to gain a little bit of a lead going into turn number. What is that? Number 3?
Turn
Yeah,
3.
that's turn 3. And then you come all the way around to turn 4, come down the back straight into that little dog leg, which some people have called turn 5. Not me, just saying. And it's going to be the outside line right now working. As you see Vasquez dive down to the bottom lane, and so doesn't Johnson to make a little bit of a block right now. Johnson controlling the front of the field. The 22 of Vasquez is pushing him real hard, but way high on the outside. You see Gibbons trying to make that outside work in the 8 car. Behind him is Lisby trying to push him forward, trying to keep that line moving. Stalled out a little bit right now. I don't know if there was some side drafting that stalled them out or if they just got loose. But right now, it doesn't look like that 3-car bunch is going to work too much magic as they have fallen way back. Right now, it's that front group of about 5 or 6 cars that's really running away with it. Johnson, Vasquez, Kalhoff, Carlisle. I think Mitchell is tied up in that too as well. Isn't that Vince Mitchell in the back of the pack?
Looks
It
like
is in the 18. Good to have Vince Mitchell back. We haven't seen him in a while. Good to see you, kid. Glad to see you back. Out front, still still Johnson in the 45. Different paint scheme than we had last night. Callaway is what he's got tonight, which I am a proud supporter of the Callaway brand. I even buy Callaway balls, and I actually donate plenty of them to nature during my time in the golf course.
Nice
Vasquez
guy.
behind him. Yeah, Vasquez behind him, pushing hard, followed by no other than Kalhoff in that 63 car. And I try to think of the name of the character he's playing right now, and it's drawing a blank. Talladega Nights. What was Ricky Bobby's side? Cal.
Yep.
Man, I am getting old.
You got
I
it.
mean, it
You
makes
remember?
sense running the Cal paint scheme since his last name does start with Cal. So
Yeah, Kalhoff, I like it. So, but out front right now, Johnson's just leading the pack, and these guys seem to be very content to just sit back. But as I say that, you see Carlisle make a move to try to get that outside lane going, and he just got the old hokey doke right there. Well, it's too late now. You can't leave a guy hanging and then try to go up and save him, man. That was kind of ugly right there. They're going to drop to the back, but Carlisle's got a fast car. He can move his way back forward. It's not going to really make much of a difference at this point of the race. We're only 22
Oh, with a
laps.
huge run.
This time he's going to there. I don't know if he can do it alone, though. He's going to side drive, try to stall him out, but he's just going to fall like he's tied to a tree stump. That's the problem at Talladega. You don't want to step out too early because you're going to go from second or third to 15th in a hurry.
Big hurry at that.
Definitely right now that bottom line is working its magic with Johnson, Vasquez, and Mitchell out front. That group of three in the back is hanging on, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. But right now you're starting to see that white car. Who's that? Is that oh, that's Gill in the white car there. That was kind of thought he was going to go up on the high line and move his way forward with that outside line, but he changed his mind, sucked back down to the bottom, and starting to come up on a slower car right now.
Yep, this can be dangerous. 55 car has some damage, though he's keeping it high, so should be out of the way.
I think he's still working on that damage he got from that big wreck at the beginning of stage 2.
All right, I finished my compliance trainings.
Didn't take you that long.
I started right when the stream started, and I just finished.
Yeah.
So.
About an hour and
Watch
a half
it,
then.
guys. Man. Whew. Hunt is trying to push Carlisle there, and I don't know if it was working too much. They were getting really squirrely. Out front, though, still Johnson, the 45. Not much has changed, followed by Vasquez. That's exactly what I do, is what Nick Vasquez is doing, chasing the Callaway golf ball around. I don't know how many I've donated. I've had shots so bad in Florida that I have literally watched alligators show me the ball in their mouth.
You just to grab it out so they can chomp down on your hand and you can lose it.
I don't know, but yeah, it's bad. But you know what, though? I don't care. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Kind of like iRacing. Oh, there it is right there.
He saved it, though.
Saved by Kalhoff.
Caution's out.
Yeah, stage.
Oh, stage. Sorry.
Stage, yeah. Wow. What an amazing save by Kalhoff. He might need some Old Spice body wash right now because I think he might. Whoa! Oof. Holy smokes. Wow. Wow.
Look at him blow that thing. Oof.
Looked like he was setting up for the corner at Eldora more than it was Talladega. What an incredible save by Henry Kalhoff. Wow. I can assure you if that was me, yeah, it would have been over. Well, it was over before that, but I'm just saying, if I had made it this far, can't believe I downshifted. Oh, how embarrassing. But you never know. You might see me out there again. I was feeling pretty comfortable in the car and everything. Oh, man. Who knows what will happen. It was funny. I was in the garage area. There was probably about 8 guys in there, and everybody was just having a good time. It was a lot of fun. I know Deitch was in there. I think Bogdan was in there. Romano was in there. I know Wright was in there. My man Wright in the 37. He has, like, Joe Wright's voice is like mute. If you could get him to narrate like nature programs, you pop that, CD or pop that on while you sit there with just trying to get a girl's number. He's got that smooth voice too. He's got that. Oh yeah, he's love Joe Wright. Love seeing him run up front too. Last year he gave us some of 2 of the most incredible finishes I think one of them was at Atlanta and the other was here at Talladega, I think, where he finished sideways, literally finished sideways, and both times it was in second place, just barely missing the win. So I want to. I want to see that car, the 37. I want to see him up in victory lane one day. Coming soon, I hope. So, what was my official position?
We have you
Am I?
scored at 23rd right now.
So
So
that's
you
not
beat Corey.
all right. All right, I beat Corey. That's you know what I can't wait to see him on Saturday. Oh yeah,
Oh, guaranteed, Corey won't be happy on Saturday.
All right, people in chat. I did. So we're gonna try this again. I made a prediction for what manufacturer wins. You have 5 minutes to pick between Chevy, Ford, and Toyota, but we'll see if we can get some gambling going again.
yeah. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna go with that number 22 car. To be honest with you, Nick Vasquez won last night. He loves super speedways, and he's got a lot of momentum behind him right now. I think he's just picking his time and waiting. So that's my pick.
So you went with Toyota. I think I'm
gonna,
gonna go.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with Chevy.
There is so many fast cars in that top 10. I mean, Hunt in that 35 car. We talk about him every single race on how fast he is, and that's all I'm going to say about him. I'm not going to say anymore. Carter in that 4 car, he's been fast. Kreisek, we talk about him every single race. Gibbons at the super speedways is usually fast. He won it, I think it was Daytona last year in the Gen 6 series. I think Joe won, or he came close. I could be completely wrong. I didn't. I thought it was him. We'll see what happens. But Johnson, he's in the discussion every week. Joe Wright, well, he's just coming back. We haven't seen him in a couple of races, so it's good to see him. Well, was he here last night? I don't know. He wasn't here. Oh, yes, he was here last night. Maybe it's me who hasn't been racing. It's been too long. It was a lot of fun tonight. I will say that.
I think we have another Nick Vasquez fan in the chat. We have Vasquez fan 22, Nick's mom, let's go 22, and now Leslie Eustolia. Sorry if I said that wrong. So Nick, I mean, he's been collecting a lot of fans as the season's gone on.
Well, it's nice to know Mama Vasquez is listening tonight.
Yep.
Hello, Mama.
I think she tunes in every night we race.
Yeah, I believe he does. The humble Nick Vasquez always thanks his mom.
He does have the best fans. They always show up and support him. That's I try to explain iRacing to my parents, and they think I'm getting into a real race car, and they need to turn on the cable to see me.
No. I cannot believe Mama Vasquez was watching tonight, and I was out on lap 20. Oh, so embarrassing. Oh, man.
Yeah, happens to the best of us.
Just a little bit more time to get those bets in, but we're about to take green flag again. 54 laps into his 113 lap race, so we are in the third and final stage. Green flag in the air, 22 and 48 take off side by side, though Nick doesn't seem to have any support on the inside lane. Hopefully he can pick up the 4, 8, and 45 car behind them as they get sucked up to him. But the outside lane is rolling with 48 in the lead.
Yeah, he just spoiled their party plans. he just spoiled their party plans. They were hoping to get enough speed to get down in front of him, and they weren't able to do it. And Vasquez didn't stop and waited for the guys behind him.
Oof,
And
careful.
now they just, wow.
Oof. So 81, Joe Wright and Tyler Krozak able to slide down, and Zach Johnson actually too able to slide down in front of the 22 there.
You know who I'm surprised we're not seeing tonight is Mr. Sheets. Where's Mr. Sheets?
Yeah, I know he got. I mean, he ran hard into somebody there. One of the cautions that we had. So his night, I think it's done. Yeah, he parked it.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in the race. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Almost
I
was
had
in the
He's been having some
first
bad
big
luck.
wreck or the second big wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was involved in a wreck during practice, and I don't know if guys were practicing their victory donuts or what, because at the end of the practice, you know how it gets, and it's actually in the beginning of practice there weren't many cars out there, and man, Nick got turned or something happened and he got sent up the track, and we were 3 wide, not 3 wide, 3 cars together, nose to tail. I was the last car, ripping off a good lap. Came out and Nick was right in front of me, nowhere to go. It was a horrendous crash. It hurt when I was on my rig, put it that way. That's how good it was. The 88, Tyler Ballinger, he's running real hard tonight. He was snake bit again last night. As you can see, he's here to win. That's all that matters tonight. I mean, one thing about winning here at there's certain tracks where just to win at that track is just so cool. Daytona, of course. Charlotte would be one of them. Darlington would be one of them. And definitely Talladega. I mean, there's so many historic tracks. Even Martinsville. I'm a short track guy, so winning at Martinsville would be awesome for me. And we'll see what happens. We'll get a modified season going one of these days, and I'll show these boys how it's done.
I think a track that has real history that you want to win at is Indianapolis.
Yep. And I have been very fast at Indianapolis this year. Just haven't had luck. And looking forward to the 28th, where we have our race. Not sure what number I'm going to get, but doesn't really matter for Indy. I will be in the Eddie Van Halen Dallara again. And if you don't know who Eddie Van Halen is, you should be ashamed of yourselves and you need to go back to school. Out front, Tyler, the Tie Man, out front in the 48 car, looking good, followed by Joe Wright, Mr. Smooth in the donut car, my favorite one. And behind him is Carlisle. I really can't thank him enough for helping me with my setup tonight. Guys, that's one thing I noticed. You notice how they kind of gapped out a little bit? It's so difficult to keep up close in these cars.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like there's a bubble there that you gotta try and break through in order to get to the bumper.
Yeah, it's brutal. I think that NASCAR needs to get rid of these cars and start over again.
I say bring back the Gen 4 cars.
Amen. Oh, wait a minute, not the Gen 4 cars. Those are the ones with the wings?
No, the Gen 4 cars were the ones that look like an actual race car.
Oh, okay, that's right, correct. Okay, that's good.
They had
There's so many
the twisted
generations
frames, right?
Yeah, the twisted frame. Or as some people would call it, the twisted sister.
Oh, let me
Good
just
name,
say
by the way.
this. I'm old enough to remember the original, the very first WrestleMania 1. So just think about that.
That was what, 80, right?
I was in the 8th grade.
Yeah, so it would put a 1980.
Yeah, I don't remember what year that was. I don't want to remember it. It was 86-ish. It was right around 86, maybe.
Because they're on 40 something now. So yeah, sounds about right.
That was when I had long hair. Now I don't have any. That's what happens in 40 years. Out front, Prize Check still leading the pack, followed by Wright. Now, this was the stage that I was actually very worried about. And the reason being is I was worried about green flag pit stops. I tried to do a green flag pit stop. I forget who was in front of me showing me how to do it. And man, it did not go well. It is very difficult to come off that corner, get the car straight before you hit the brake pedal, and if you mistime it, you just go sliding right through. It is. I thought it would be an easier pit to come to because of how big this track is, but man, was I wrong.
And where it gets really hard is if you come down pit lane with a pack of people. You know, you gotta watch the guy behind you as well as the guy in front of you. Make sure you're not out braking him or the guy behind you. So I like to always fan out to the inside and try to get out of the lane of others, but definitely different tactics you can have coming down pit lane during green flag. But I don't know. I'm trying to think about what the pit window will be.
I know, but we still have a bunch of laps to go. 50 laps left.
Yeah, they looks like most of the field pitted on lap 52, so it's been about 12 laps since then. Imagine they'll last around 30 laps.
Yeah,
35 laps if they aren't up towards the front or able to save.
Now, when I, man, when I was out there, there was just a wreck, and I know a bunch of cars went into the pits. I didn't want to have fast cars behind me, so I came in the pits just to top off my fuel, even though I didn't really need to because we are going to have the caution anyways. But I was just trying to stay in the back, stay out of the trouble, and man, that's the Chout Ahead of the Week award goes to me. Thank you very much. Out front, still the same. Tyler is leading the pack. Wright, Carlisle, Vasquez, Mitchell, Carter, Kalhoff, Gibbons, Bellinger, and Mott. And, these guys are pretty much nose to tail they are. Everybody's running that bottom line. See, one car there, I think that was
Mitchell got
Vasquez.
pushed out.
Who was that who got pushed out? Was that
Vince Mitchell.
Oh, the 18 car of Vince Mitchell just got oh, Vince. I tell you, I got no respect for you. He just got sent packing his bags.
Yeah, and the reason Zach Johnson went to the back is he was having some latency issues. He was flashing in and out for a good minute.
Yeah. Everything was running fine for him during the practice. As soon as the race started, all hell broke loose. Even during practice for me, I don't know why, but I was entering one of the corners and all of a sudden my computer just shut down. And I was nervous. Had to go back, restart everything. Thank God made the green flag in time. But the whole field right now is grills to gas holes. Everybody's running that bottom line, just trying to get through these laps right now. So we're only on lap 66 of 113, trying to make it to the fuel stop. What do you think the over-under? Do you think they're going to make it to green flags, or do you think we're going to have a caution?
I think we're gonna make it, but that's me being optimistic here.
Even though they're nose to tail, we have seen a couple of cars get a little bit squirrely.
I'll be right back for a minute.
You know, one thing, you come through that tri-oval, and just before you straighten your wheel out to head to the start-finish line, there's one bump there. And that always, if you come around in the pack, and even like this, if you're just a little bit off your line going through that tri-oval and you hit that bumper on, that'll send you flying for a ride as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and there was, I was really surprised out there at how much that bump affects you. So, yeah, I was very impressed. Very impressed.
Yeah, so thinking about the fuel window, I have it around the 80 to 90 laps. We might see some guys come down.
Yeah. Now, for everybody who's watching, don't forget this is Talladega. They're running 50-second laps right now. So, Vasquez taking a peek, trying to get somebody to go with him, but it ain't working. He's just trying to play mind games, I think.
Nah,
But-
I think it's too early to try to do anything.
Oh yeah, it's way too early. One thing that I was surprised at, I was running as close to Lisby as I could, and I was concerned about my water temps, but I never had an issue with my car stayed at 190, even though I was running right behind them the whole entire time. So I don't know if there was just enough air, because you talked about that bubble that you have to pop in order to reach the rear bumper, and it's so difficult to draft in these cars. Now, I would come out of the corner, especially coming out of turn 2, and I would get a great run on him. And it was almost like two opposing magnets. The closer I got to him, it seemed like it was pushing him further away from me. It was extremely frustrating, but I did everything I could to touch his bumper, and I couldn't do it. Just could not break that bubble.
Well, like with the Gen 6 cars or car tomorrows, you could get right to their bumper and push them.
Yep, it wouldn't be any issue whatsoever.
And the
Like I
Gen 4
said,
cars are great enough pushing them.
yep. Now the thing is, though, is if you have 3 cars, no problem. 3, 4, 5, 6, no problem. It's just when you have 2 cars alone, it's so frustrating in these cars. But what do you expect? They don't even have the numbers on the doors.
Yeah. Now
But
I'll
right
tell you
now-
that Crawtech will have to be coming in sooner than everybody else because he's out leading the pack.
Yeah.
That's where everybody behind him can just sit there and chill and conserve
Yep.
gas.
Yeah, Krozak
Yep.
is pedal to the floor for the entire lap, whereas the guys behind him, 37, 81, they can breathe the throttle going through corners, even
Yep.
getting sucked up before corners, so definitely saving a lot more gas.
Yeah, you know what though? I'll be honest with you. That's where I want to be. I feel much more comfortable being flat out than I am feathering the pedal, and it's just another thing that you got to worry about. So I would much rather be out in the clean air than being stuck in the pack, feathering the throttle the whole time. It's it gets difficult to keep your concentration. This front pack's starting to pull away a little bit from those guys in the back. You pretty much
Yeah.
have the top 14 cars or 12 cars here, I think. All the way back
Top
to
10.
Zach Johnson. Who's that last car there?
We got the top 10 in the single file line, then 11th on back is
Hunt
in
and
a mess.
Griswold, yeah.
Yeah, but then we have 18
guys
and
here.
45.
Yeah, see,
18
these
and
cars,
45 are hooked up together. They might catch this lead pack.
it's
We got some damaged cars
difficult
back
because
here.
you just watch those cars pull away from you when there's more than 2 of you. It's heartbreaking, especially when you break apart. I don't think
Yeah.
they're going to catch them unless we have a caution.
Well, I mean, we do got pit stops coming up in what, about 10 laps is when the window opens? 5 laps?
Yeah, I have it around, 10 to I had it anywhere from 80 to 90. We might see some guys start to come down.
Well, keep your finger on that yellow flag button, because if there's going to be green flag pit stops, chances are that's going to bring out a caution.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Up high, you see Romano with that damage still, just trying to hang on. Still clipping
Hey,
away.
he's
in
tried his
19th
best.
position. Yeah. He beat me. Oh. Well, at least I beat Corey. That's all I can That's all I get to say. If I could put it on a T-shirt for this weekend, I would. But that might be rubbing it in a little bit. I'm already better looking the guy. The last thing he needs is a T-shirt to make fun of him. Out front right now, once again, is the same group of characters: 48, 37, and the 81 Carlisle. Carlisle has been sent back a couple of times and has worked his way forward.
Yeah, let me pull up real quick to see if any of this front pack here. I know 37 Joe Wright hasn't won a race yet. So
Tyler hasn't
All,
won a race yet.
no, Tyler hasn't won a race. The
okay.
4 of Caleb Carter hasn't. Calhoff, Gibbons, 35 of Hunt, and Griswold all have not won yet.
Yep.
So we could potentially have a first time winner tonight.
Yeah.
Oh man, if Kreisjek wins this race tonight, there is going to be a party in the Discord. Man, Tyler is going to go ballistic if he wins this race tonight. I've actually spotted for Tyler before. So a lot more maturity now than back then when I helped him out, and I cannot believe it's the same guy. You know, just driving with a lot more confidence, a lot more speed, and just a lot more technique. So big improvements in just a short time from him, and right now he's on his way trying to win his first race, and it's getting towards the end.
So not to make you feel any older than what you already are. Nick's mom said that she was in 3rd grade in '86.
Ouch! Ouch! Man, I'm even getting beat up by Nick's mom. How about
Oh, we have a Tyler Krozak fan, Sam Sters. I saw Sam's sister, but no, Samsters Smith.
Oh, I you know what? Now I know how to. Oh, I know how to get Nick Vasquez now.
I just tell him that the Dolphins suck.
Nah.
He's a big Dolphins fan, even though he lives in Texas.
Oh man, you know, I gotta be honest with you. I want to go to Texas so bad.
For the barbecue, yeah.
I want to go down there hunting. Yeah.
I just want to go get some of that brisket.
Yep, and you know, I'm from Massachusetts. We're like California Junior. You know what I mean? And it's so brutal being up here. I absolutely can't stand. I need to move down south. I have too many firearms to live up in a liberal state.
If you want to hunt some good whitetail, there's quite a bit in Michigan.
Oh, I would love to. I would love to spend the month of November in Michigan. That would be wonderful. I really want to. That's one thing I want to do this winter is I want to do an ice fishing trip somewhere out in the Midwest. So I'll be leaving for Alaska in a couple of weeks and doing that trip. I'm looking forward to that. Trying to beat my personal best for halibut this year. We'll see what happens.
Starting to get video chatter about some cars starting to pit.
Yep, I've been waiting for that. Hold your breath, folks.
The 86 of Bogdan is pitting this time. I don't know if anyone's going with him or if he's out on his own hill.
Bogdan's a lap down to.
It's 5
5
laps
laps
down. Yeah, so he's kind of, but he wants to at least stay with somebody.
Yeah, he went in by himself.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Starting to see what car blinked there. I think that was the 35. I'm not sure.
It looks like
Everything seems to
Romano
be-
also pitted.
Yeah, I think he's just finishing up the damage he has. He said he asked Bogdan if he could wait like 30 seconds, which doesn't look like Bogdan was waiting.
I don't know why he's got nothing to win, nothing to gain.
Yeah.
Unless maybe he just didn't hear him. That's a possibility.
A good possibility.
Tyler out front.
And I see them coming in within the next 4 to 5 laps. But again, this is where you're going to see a split strategy come in. Some will hit, some will stay out.
Well, this is shaken down to be a really good finish. I'm looking at, like you said, that top 5. There's so many guys that top 10 that haven't won a race yet.
Yeah.
So, Tyler right now looks like the man. However, we still have plenty of time left, and Wright, I know, hasn't won a race. Carlisle and Vasquez, I'm still going with the 22. No, Vasquez is in 4th position for a reason. You know how aggressive he is. He can get around anybody. So he's just kind of chilling out right now. And he's like a vulture in that black car, just waiting. He's just waiting for something to happen. And I don't know if pit stops is what he's going to wait for, or if he's just going to hold on to later on. But I don't know if I want to be out front. Talladega is so difficult to plan. That
Yeah.
last lap is so difficult.
Because there's somewhat, if you want to look at it, 3 different spots where you could try to get that pass off.
Yeah,
Because you could easily do it coming out of 2.
yeah.
Well, you could set yourself up for failure coming out of 4. Or you could
But-
time it to where you get that run off of 4 and do it through the tri-oval.
And if you make your move and nobody goes with you, you're ending up in 28th. So it's kind of like you really have to wait for that last couple of hundred of yards before you make your move. But
Yeah.
it's so difficult to time here. So right now, I don't think I know Joe can get to the back of the 48, but I don't know if he can get by him without help. And man, that would be difficult to do. If Wright moves out and Carlisle stays with Krychek, then he's going to probably go past Wright. But if you're Vasquez and you see Wright step out, you're probably going to follow Wright. So it's you're going to do the opposite of what Carlisle does. So it all depends where that momentum is, where you go with your pack. Because if you can get 3 cars to go high on that 48 is going to drop. So, it's a lot of nerves right now. This is one part of the race that I didn't even think about. What would have happened if I was up towards with this front pack right now, getting towards the end of the race? What am I going to plan? It's.
Don't blink now that second pack is catching up. They're within 2.5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. What's helping these guys is the fact that those cars in front of them are kind of spread out a little bit. I don't know if they had a close call or what. And that's the other thing about these cars. If you have to, if you see something happen in front of you and you have to check up, man, you're gonna lose that draft. It is so easy to lose the draft in these cars. It's like jumping off a spaceship. You can't get your way back up front. It's so brutal. Just kind of float away into nothingness. But that's the view that you want to have. That's because he's out front. He's not laps down running by himself. He's got the pack behind him. Wright's been pushing him a little bit, but I don't think too much. Now, when you're running in the pack like this, the best way to do this is just before the corner, you want to bump that car and push him, just like Joe Wright did. Push him into the corner. Let him get out in front of you a little bit. You're full throttle right now, trying to catch him. And you're going to catch his back bumper just as you get to the tri-oval, kind of just before. And that's when you got to watch out. As he's right back on that back bumper. Coming to the tri-oval. That's where that bump is. There's the start-finish line. Way down. Now coming up on a lap car right now. This lap car should move down below the yellow line once we get on the back right.
He's not staying high. They're all single
Oh,
file,
he's-
so
oh, there
really
you go.
nothing to worry about.
Yeah, he's going to stay high then. It's either high or low. I didn't realize that he had already moved up high. Which is actually, if you ask me, it's the safest spot to be in, because if he had to go down low through the corner, he'd have to let off the gas even more and possibly lose control and come up on the track. So he made the right call by moving high.
Yep, and we actually do see Zach Johnson and Vince Mitchell now have caught up to this pack. Noah
Scout.
Hunt kind of was liaison between that front pack and back pack, connecting the two.
It's getting word they're gonna be bidding this lap.
Hold on to your bridges. This is where it's going to get spicy. See cars starting to fan out. Those are the cars that are probably going to stay out.
Yep.
Getting clear of the cars that are going to come in and pit.
Yep,
So
see
here we
some
go.
cars hop into the outside, some cars on the inside.
Vasquez
Several
staying out.
cars coming down, including Carlisle, Joe Wright, and Tyler Krozak. Ford car of Caleb Carter, 63, Kalhoff, Stoltz, and Gibbons, and Ray Gill, and Ledger all in. As for the pack that stayed out, we got Vasquez, Bellinger, Noah Hunt, and 99 of Garth Griswold, including Vince Mitchell and Zach Johnson.
And that was a great maneuver by Noah Hunt. He was way back at the tail end of the field, and he figured if he came up, he'd move forward, hoping that there'd be a caution or something happen, and everybody would line up behind him and go in for the pit stop. But either way, he's going to move up, and that was a pretty smart maneuver by him just to stay with these guys out front.
Yeah, so Vasquez and company electing to continue to stay out. We saw that other pack roll back out. Looks like Carlisle moved up to the front with Krozak just behind him. And then about 200 feet behind him, have Caleb Carter, Ledger, and Stoltz all working to get synced up here. So that group actually came out a little bit more fractured than they might want to.
Now, the important thing is if somehow these guys could pass that group, there'd be a lap down. But Talladega is so big.
I'm not sure what happened with Joe right here, but he's now a lap down.
From what I heard, he slipped through his pit box. So that does hurt you there.
Yeah. So Joe is a lap down. We saw him up front as one of the non-winners. So tough mistake for him there.
Lead back is pitting now.
I don't know. I mean, like, if they haven't said anything on the radio.
They just said something.
Yeah.
See these cars start to come down here, fan out, get their own lane going.
Now, these pit stops are crucial for these guys because if they mess up at all, they're going to miss the draft in front and they're going to get swallowed up by that other pack of cars that's coming as fast as they can to catch up to these guys.
Yeah, jump into the other pack who already pitted. Carlisle leading this pack with Krozak pushing, coming through turns 3 and 4 here. They're going to try to come out in front of that group we just saw go down pit lane.
Problem is this group of cars, they're not really together.
We saw Nick Vasquez. Looks like he's already rolling out of the pit lane with Noah Hunt ahead. And Vince Mitchell actually coming out in front of all the cars. Actually, sorry, correction, Bellinger coming out in front of all the cars that pitted there in that second group we saw.
Ballinger just get fuel.
Yep, looks like they just did a fuel stop.
All right.
So they're going to come out in front of Carlisle. Let's see if Carlisle and Krozak can get hooked up to the back of that group that just came off pit lane.
That is an interesting maneuver. They just got fuel. I didn't notice much of a fall off with tires when I was out there. Things felt fine, had plenty of grip, wasn't any problem whatsoever. So, I was going to take tires during the stage, but that was really the only reason why I was going to get tires, just because everybody else was going to. So just getting fuel, that's really not that bad of an idea. That could have been the move of the race.
Yep, taking a look at the pit stop times.
You really don't need tires here if you think about it.
It does help with the speed on the end of a long run, but the tires will help you get towards the front, I guess, but you're still not going to run away because you need the draft. So really not that much of a difference.
It seems like that second group that pitted was able to get reconnected, and they are now ahead of that group that went down pit lane first. Carlisle, Krozak, Caleb Carter, and several others come out behind them now. So our race leader is Bellinger in the 88 machine, getting pushed by Mitchell with Noah Hunt and Vasquez as support. We'll see if Zach Johnson and Garth Griswold, Carlisle and Krozak can work their way back up to this front group. Coming to the line this time by 20 laps left in this race. Cars are all fueled up to go to the end of this thing.
Oh, that was a smart move. I probably would have gotten 4 tires right there, not even thinking. I'm still not happy about blowing my engine. And then, of course, with all the cameras, I can't lie about it.
You see Vince Mitchell pop out of line there. He might lose the draft on the 22. This is going to allow the 45 to get sucked up to the back of him. And I'm going to say that the 45 and the company they're starting to gain on this front pack here with Vasquez, Hunt, and Bellinger. So we'll see the convergence of these two packs here. I would guess in a lap or less than that, maybe.
You have to stay in a group of 3 or more cars, and if something should happen, if they slip up, that front 3 slip up at all, that group behind them is going to catch them in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and this second pack is getting held up a bit by these lap cars. Kind of broke their momentum just a tiny bit, so the progress they were making on that front group just got stalled up, but they should still be able to march them down here in a lap or so.
Who is that in the target car?
Garth
Griswold.
It is Garth? All right, I wasn't sure if that was his number. That's a nice looking car out in the track.
And the 18 probably is in tow of the 22, so they're going to suck up to the back of this front group here. Let's see if they shoot to the outside, try to overtake. or if they just slot in and wait to make any move here. It looks like Mitchell is gonna slot in behind Vasquez here. So front group mostly reconverge from I don't know if that's a word, from that previous or pre pit stop group they had.
Ooh, man, I just saw one car there get a little squirrely. Getting towards the end of the race. All these guys know what's going on right now. Getting close to the end of the race. They're trying to decide what lap they're going to make their move. The problem is, we have a long time to go in this race. And this is where everybody gets squirrely and anxious and things happen. So everybody's fueled up. I hope they have enough for green, white, checkered, because you know how that goes. Right now, that group out front controls this race. And the gears are going in the head right now, trying to figure out when and where. You've already seen Vasquez. He moved up one spot now. He's up into third spot. In front of his is the 35 of Hunt, and then Ballinger.
And I do believe the 22, 18, and 45 are teammates. So they are synced up right now. 3 in line.
Yep.
They could potentially make a move here as we count the laps down. 16 to go now.
Oh man, if we have to interview the 22 2 nights in a row from Victory Lane, oh man, he's gonna be unbearable in the chat rooms. Oh, he's humbled, Nick Vasquez. It's almost like a mini turn it up right now. Everybody's just waiting for the last 15 laps. Not much to discuss really on the track. Everybody's nose to tail. So follow the leader. Now, we were talking earlier, when do you make your move? Let's say you're in 5th, 6th, 7th, and you're in the group. You have to make your move earlier to set yourself up to make your final move. So when do you want to make that move? 3 laps to go? 2 laps to go? 5?
I think we'll start seeing some guys try to form a second line. I'd say 3 laps to go.
Yeah,
3 laps.
5 to 3.
Yeah. Now, here's the deal. This is Talladega. You usually see 3 wide on the last bunch of laps, but I don't know if we have enough cars really there to go 3 wide.
Well, there's enough cars there.
Is there 1, 2, 3? What do we got?
There's 8.
You only
There's
need
8.
3 cars, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 8 cars would be 3, 3, 2, so there's still enough cars there.
That group of 2 would fall out of it. So we got 3
Not
lanes. Oh
necessarily.
man, who knows? We'll see it happen. They've got to go. If they don't go 3 wide at the finish of this thing, we're going to make them repeat the last 5 laps until they get it right. That 88 car now looking really strong. After that pit stop, Krychek has fallen back to 8th spot.
Yeah, he was part of that second pack,
Yep.
but luckily was able to make it back up to the top 3 here. But we know Krosek has a lot of speed in that thing. He's just buying his time right now.
Yep. And he's got Carlisle in front of him. Those 2 might work together.
Yeah, if I had to say, I would say Nick pops out of line to the outside. Vince and Zach follow him, and then Bellinger 35 fall back to Garth, and then Nick and Vince and Zach move down in front into the bottom lane. So that's my call here for what will happen in several laps.
Well, I can tell you what, I know for a fact that 48 car and the 81 car, they would love to see everybody pull out 2-3 wide in front of them, because that's going to make a huge draft for them to come suck up and get a lot of momentum, and they're going to blow by everybody. So, that last half mile of this track is really up in the air on who can win this thing. You catch the draft and momentum just the right way, you can go easily from 8th to 1st. So anybody in this first group of cars right here can win this race. And you see one car again, the 35 car keeps beeping out, comes back though, haven't had a problem with it.
Yeah, when C Open was here, I ran one, and that time I run perfectly, and there was still 1E to go, I think there was. And I just popped out. I was pretty much the only car. I just side drafted all my way to the front.
Yep, it can happen. It does happen. It happens all the time.
Yeah, you just gotta know how close you can be in order to side draft.
Yeah,
You just see people get too close and cause a wreck, or they're not close enough and they just fall back.
you can run the perfect race here, and it doesn't matter. Absolutely does not matter. It's that last half mile, really.
Yeah. Pretty much just off the turn 4 all the way to the start finish line.
Hey, I have a message for Bubba Vasquez. Can you please post some baby pictures or pictures of Nick when he was younger? Maybe something embarrassing for us to use? That'd be a lot of fun. Get everybody's baby picture and use that as their driver intros.
Second pack just continues to fall back farther and farther.
So frustrating. Starting to see these cars get a little bit more squirrely. Getting a little more antsy. Now we're under 10 laps to go. You want those laps to count down. You just want to be able to run for the win. However, if you go too early, just a little bit impatient, it's going to end your night.
Or
This
you're
is
trying to
why-
block that run wrong, you're getting wrecked and
Yep.
possibly making another big wreck and ruining your night that way.
Yep. The reason why I like Vasquez for the win here is because he has, in my opinion, he has the super speedway experience over the guys in front of him. I know Mitchell behind him is good to have, but Nick is just great on the super speedways. We joked with him last night about how he won the race and he wasn't no longer the super speedway guy, but he does have the experience, and this is one of his favorite tracks. He's been waiting for this race, so you see him dropping back a little bit, and now he's closing up. I think what he's doing there is he's starting to try to time how fast his car closes up. Now, the race has already begun, so I know there was some chatter in the garage about what gear to use. One gear kind of killed your top speed, but was easier to close up in the draft. You had that little more RPM, where the other car was good in the draft as well. It had a higher gear, which allowed you to get more momentum forward and was just a little bit faster on the top end. Depending on what driver you are, depends on how you want it. So now you're starting to see guys drift back a little bit and figuring out where their gear is going to work the best so they can time their pass. bunch of cars there starting to look like they're going to go. They want, they're looking for it. They're looking for somebody to go out with, but nobody is budging right now.
Yeah, I think the 22 car has a layback tiny bit, allow the 3588 to float ahead just a bit and lose the push from behind as we see the outside lane work here. Johnson, Mitchell all up to the top. Griswold looking up to the top. And now Noah Hunt and Vasquez joined.
Bellinger got left out.
Bellinger got left out. He's going to suck back to Garth Griswold, though. He's still in front on that bottom lane.
I'm sorry. If I get a chance to leave Bellinger out to dry, I'm going to do it. He's fast. So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want it? I mean, seriously, Tanya Hardingham, break his kneecap, get him out of the way. Any way you can get him a lap down, absolutely. It's the end of the race. You're going for the win right now, and they should have hit him harder in the kneecap because he's stubborn. He's sticking around, and now look who he's got behind him. Mr. Griswold himself and the family truckster, and he's pushing him. And now we're getting some of these other cars in front, some lap cars. Now this is where it's getting a little bit touchy. But Vasquez has just moved up into second spot now. Meticulous, like a surgeon, moving his way forward. Now he's got Hunt in front of him. I like Noah Hunt. But I know Nick Vasquez has a little bit more experience at the super speedways.
Yep. And
but
Noah Hunt
thirsty.
He's going to put it all on the line. He hasn't had a win yet, so you definitely see some blocks coming in the future here. Hunt had a great race going last night, as well as at Darlington last week, and they just ended after some unlucky incidents. So
now Nick Vasquez is already locked into the points. If he was point racing, I would tell him to stay where he is and push the 35 to the win. It's not worth risking going for the win and then getting falling back to 15th spot unless you have just an incredible run. There it is right there, guys, getting really squirrely as Vasquez goes high on the outside. He made his move with 4 to go, and now he's trying to get the cars. He's trying to side draft and block them, and once again the 35 car season goes high.
Yeah, Vasquez got super loose through the trial, though they're able to save it. Jumped up in front of his teammate, the 45 is Zach Johnson. Now he's right on the rear bumper of Hunt. On the inside lane, we have Mitchell and 88 of Tyler Bellinger, who's in a rock chip with the car. So that inside lane is not quite as farmed up. Only 2 cars, so they'll definitely have to try to use the side draft and continue to work alongside this outside lane. You see Carlisle jump up to push and eventually slides back down with Krauszak on his rear.
The most important car right now is the one that's third in line on both rows. That third car is the one.
Oh, and Vince Mitchell gets pushed out by the 88. He's going to get left out to drive on the inside lane.
And there goes Vasquez on the high line.
Vasquez now takes control of the high line. Noah Hunt on the inside. That high lane's way up there. They're going to have a ton of momentum coming out into the back stretch here. They can get it sticked up and pushing hard. See 45 pushing 22 hard. They are now clear of Noah Hunt on the inside. Let's see if they try to clear down in front of them.
That experience of Vasquez.
Yep,
now
there goes Vasquez.
Go
Noah
low.
Hunt gets nudged by the 88. He does get it checked up, so he's not going to wash up in front of the field. He's just going to fall back behind. But as for the front of the pack now, Johnson to the lead with Garth Griswold in the 99 car, another car that hasn't won yet this year.
Oh,
and white flags in the air.
That killed the race for Vasquez.
White flags in the air, so this race is official. Have several cars falling back, but as for the front of this thing, we have Johnson, the 45, and the 99, Garth Griswold. Several cars, but this secondary pack here, Joe Wright, who's a lap down, is pushing that 88. 88 has a huge run to the outside. It's an absolute rocket ship of a move. Power moved to outside of the 45. 45 and Garth Griswold are left completely in the dust. See Vince Mitchell now pushing the 88 on the inside. Joe Wright getting out of the way as a lap car, allowing these two to race here to the finish of this thing. Joe Wright's going to side draft the 18 a tiny bit, stalled in his run, and Bellinger to the front, and Mitchell gets spun by Carlisle there. He is out of this race, so Bellinger doing his best to throw the blocks, coming to the start finish. He's going to win here at
Look at
Talladega.
Griswold! Go away!
Griswold finishing third place.
Oof.
Oh! Man, Griswold had a run. Oh man, I saw that 99 coming, and I wanted to see that family truckster go for the win. But Ballinger gets his revenge after getting hung out to dry.
Yep. Bellinger gets another one here. That's his second win of the season,
Yeah.
or third one of the season, rather.
Yeah, man. Man, I thought my boy was going to be out front again in the 22, but man, he got stalled out there, and that was
Yeah, you see Carlisle
he had to check up and
get into Mitchell there, and Bellinger just times up the block perfectly.
right there. Look at the run that he had. Now watch this. Oof. Cars collided there. What a run.
Let's go inside with Zach Johnson. You see just ahead of him, Carlisle gets into the left rear. Vince Mitchell. Johnson comes up. He has a ton of momentum here, getting pushed by Griswold. And I think I honestly think Johnson could have gone to the outside of the 88 there. He just gave him
Absolutely
a
could
shove
have.
to push him across this thing.
Well, the thing is John, yeah, Johnson might have had. Did he have anybody on the outside? Oh, what a month this crazy guy has had, huh?
Yeah. Man.
He's doing the reverse Alan Kowalski. Wow, that was a crazy finish. Can't believe she hit me off with I was in the third grade. That wasn't right. That was uncalled for. Uncalled for. Shots fired.
Just watching this one more time, you see Garth get into the back of the 45. Trying to see if the 45 had any chance to take this thing, or if Bellinger just threw the perfect block. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, let's go on board with Johnson one more time here.
Yeah, Bellinger went up to block it.
That Gary did.
I think
going for the win.
Yeah, I think if Garth would have moved out quicker than when he did, Garth would have won the straights.
Yeah, but if he had moved out, he might have. Oh no, I'm sorry, I was watching the wrong car. I thought he might have wrecked. Yeah, he had a car on the outside, so he just. Oh man, he came so close. He did have a car when he went through the middle. He did have a car on the outside there, so I think that might have smoked some of his momentum. But we get to talk to Mr. Griswold tonight.
Yeah.
The Grizz.
Yeah, let's see if our competitors are in the podium channel.
And all three are.
All right. So starting with the third position, 99 Garth Griswold. I think that's his best finish of the year. So great job to Mr. Griswold. Let's get him pulled up into the booth here. Mr. Griswold, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, man. So a great finish there. I honestly thought you were going to push Zach to a win, but I don't know if Bellinger just threw the perfect block or Zach decided to push him to a win, but you were kind of the orchestrator of all that. Walk us through that last 3-4 and to the start finish.
Yeah, I thought we screwed ourselves because we had a me and Zach kind of pulled away there, and I was like, we have too big of a gap. They're gonna swallow us up on the back stretch, and they did, and kind of thought we were out of it. And then there was some commotion at the front, and I was like, oh, we're gonna get one more run here at the end, and it came, and I thought he was gonna go high, and I think he was just dead set on hitting Tyler's bumper in the back there, and it
Yep.
just kind of killed it. I think he would have pushed to the end if he would have went a little higher, but I'll let him tell about that. So.
Yeah, we honestly, all of us too, kind of agreed that you had. I mean, you had a good chance of winning this thing if you kind of shot out a little bit earlier, but it seems like your momentum stalled just as you're coming to the line.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to keep carrying it. It just
Yep.
didn't. So,
Well, how did
but it was
the
a fun
how
race.
did the rest of the race go for you? I'm trying to think about stage 1 and 2 for you. There were the big wrecks. Were you pretty much out of those? Did you have any damage throughout
No,
the race?
yeah, I got involved there during stage 2. Had 5 minutes of damage. Got it fixed through stage 2 caution, and then the other cautions that came before that. And only got repaired there till right there at the end, I think it was. So.
Gotcha. And so coming to the green flag pit stops, you pitted with that first group, right? Or the second
Yep.
one?
Or second group.
Second group. And
And
were you guys?
executed it well.
Yep, you guys definitely did because you came out in front of that first pack that went in. Did you guys all uncheck tires and just took fuel, right?
Yep, everyone unchecked tires and fuel. I think I was the last one to come out. For some reason, my pit crew put some fuel in, and then I thought they were gonna let me go, and then they're like, "Oh wait, we got to add some more." And so I was screaming. I was like, "Go, go, go!" And
Yeah, all
finally, they got me.
those damn engineers in the pit stall, like telling the gas can guy what to do. Just let you go.
Yeah,
Yep.
I thought that iPad was never gonna turn green. I'm like, "What in the hell is going on?"
Well, great job tonight. That's your best finish of the season, right?
Yeah, I haven't been around here for the Carolina racing much. Had stuff going on with my kids and baseball, basketball, and stuff. So just kind of getting back into the thick of things. So
Where's your priorities?
yeah, I'm a terrible dad in the first place. I can't let it be worse. So
Well, so great job tonight. Looking ahead, we have Texas next week and Charlotte, or not Charlotte,
So
Texas and where else?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Yeah,
Texas, Kansas.
Kansas. That's right. Will you be around for those races next week?
Yeah, I hope so. Hope to be.
All right, man.
So hope to be in here. Hope to see and come up here and talk again. It's my first time. I was like, what is this podium finisher channel? I've never been here.
Yeah, we hope we can talk to you some more. Any shout outs you want to give before you head out?
Nah.
All right.
Just to you guys for sticking around and watching that. I know it probably got boring there. We were all single file for like 25 laps or so. So I'm sure you guys came up with some creative stuff. I'm sure Bill had to go out walk his dog, and everybody probably had a good old time.
Yeah, Bill was just
Actually, I
talking to
did.
Nick's mom in the chat.
Oh,
Nick's mom was beating me up in the chat.
Nick was beating me up tonight in the race. So. We're on the same team, Bill.
She smacked me up in the chat room. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, did you see what happened to Bill, Garth?
No, I saw him disconnect, but I never saw if he got involved in that first wreck there with Corey and some others, or
Nah.
No, I had a Ford. I had a Ford engine, and I'm not used to a Ford, and of course it blew up.
He money shifted coming off pit lane, so they weren't able to get the engine swap team out in time, so he had to retire.
There goes your paycheck for the week, Bill.
Yeah, they're still waiting for my piston to land.
All right, man. Well, you have a good rest of your evening. Great job on the P3 tonight. Podium finish.
Thank you.
And hope to see you again next week.
Yeah, have a good night, guys.
See you, Garth.
That was Garth Griswold, driver of the 99 car, getting it done tonight, finishing on
And the
podium.
family truckster.
Yep. Great job by him. Next up, Zach Johnson, driver of the 45 machine. And we'll get him in the booth here in just a second. Mr. Johnson in your booth, you got us?
Yep.
Hey, so coming to the finish of this thing, I thought you were just gonna shoot it on the outside of the 88, but did he throw the perfect block, or were you trying to push him for the win?
He he did. I thought for some reason I just thought in my head that I didn't have all that room out there, and
Uh huh.
it was just a mental error, and I choked that one away. But I saw him, and I didn't want to drive through him either because he was there.
Yeah.
So I tried to get as square as I could, and hopefully with that bump with the speed difference, send him up the track a little
Yeah.
bit where I can get slip to his inside, but that never happened. And then I had another great bump here by the 35, and um, he just closed the door enough on me, and we got P2 for the second night in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, to me, it's a win-win because you push 88 across for the win, or you could have potentially got the win yourself. So I think that's
Yeah,
good
I mean
karma.
it's better than having two wrecked race cars there, and
Yep.
or
Yep.
three, because I mean he was in there working with us. So I mean we executed the perfect green flag cycle, us five or six. So big shout out to all those guys. The 88, the 99, especially the 35. I want to give a big props to Noah there. He was running really good all race, and
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
um that's a good result for him over there. And the 22 was the 22 on super speedways. Like always, he's always the dominant car. So yeah, and we worked really well as a group, and we lost Corey early, and Jim was I think Jim might have went a lap down, or he was in that second pack.
Do we know if Corey's
So
okay? Because that was quite a violent
That
hit.
was an ugly
that was
crash.
a violent hit.
Yeah.
Well, he's got to work the night shift tonight anyway. So he said, well,
Yeah,
at
he
least now
said.
I'm good for work now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I think that 77 crew's okay, and they'll be ready for Texas.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
cool. So you had a
Hey,
pretty
hey,
dominant. Sorry. Go ahead, Bill.
hey, Zach, did you hear that I qualified in front of Nick Vasquez and I finished in front of Corey Mott?
I did see that, but did you know that I qualified on pole and finished second?
I did, and as frustrating as it is, you've got just such a ton of momentum behind you, and
Hmm.
it's only a matter of time. Just be patient,
Yeah,
keep
I
doing
mean,
what you're doing.
I
You're
got one. I
staying
got the
clean.
one. Yeah, I got the one win at Phoenix, and like, I mean, yeah, everyone's like, well, because Corey sped on pit road, and that's what gave me the win on that green flag run. And like, yeah, like I won it, but like I didn't win it how I want to win it. I want
Mm.
to go out there and dominate a race or be up there on pace with the leader and get a win that way. But just building these points, or I'm gonna be missing the next two races. So I was gonna put a good chunk into Carlisle here for the points lead, cut down a good chunk because of his P7 finish. But um, we'll see how the points shake up coming to Charlotte, and we'll just go from there.
All right.
All right, man. Well, any shout outs you want to give before you head out?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, shout out to the 88. Tyler, good win for him. He's been really strong all season. So Vince Mitchell was another one. First race, that 18 crew was really good. Unfortunate to see him kind of get wrecked there towards the end
Mm-hmm.
on the last lap. But good run for him. Good for him to be back into the swing of things with us. The 22 crew and the 35 as well. All teammates, or we worked as teammates, and we executed our green flag stops to almost to perfection, and that's what gave us that 6-second lead.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Great job on the
Impressive.
P2 finish tonight.
Yep, impressive.
You've been up
Thanks,
front
yeah.
quite a bit. I mean, yesterday at Bristol, I think you were running pretty strong there. And then as well
Yeah.
as last week at Darlington, you were too, but didn't. Where'd you finish last night?
Second.
Last night I finished second,
Oh, that's right. Okay.
but I
Gotcha.
got a
So,
stage win this time, or today, so that's some good points too, and bank that extra playoff point. Up to 7 now for the playoff points. So my main focus is trying to build those playoff points as much as I can, and obviously the best way to do that is to win a race. So
Gotcha. Well, great week from you between Bristol
Mhm.
and Talladega tonight. And we'll see you next week. You have a good rest of your evening.
Yeah, well, I won't be here next week, and I don't think we're having a broadcast next week. So,
Oh,
see
okay.
you guys at
That's
Charlotte.
good because I won't be here next week either. So that's actually perfect.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll be looking alive for Charlotte week. So
Yep.
it'll be
Yep.
fun.
All right, man. Well,
Yep.
you have a good rest of your evening and a good rest of your week.
Thank you.
That was Zach Johnson, driver of the 45 car, coming in second place 2 nights in a row. He got second place last night at Bristol. Very different track, but also got second place here tonight at Talladega. Potentially could have got the win, just coming to the line. Didn't make the right moves, but second place finish. Still great performance. That leaves Tyler Bellinger, driver of the 88 car, winner of the race tonight. Started wow, he started way back. He started P23, I think. So able to work his way all the way up to the front of this thing and take the checkered flag. We'll get him in the booth here in a second. Mr. Bellinger in the booth, you got us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, so great finish tonight. We saw you kind of get shuffled back before the white flag came out, and then just you kind of came out of nowhere, came back up to the front. Were you surprised that you got the shove from the 45 car here, or were you? Did you just throw the perfect block?
I think it was a little bit of both. I mean, I went back and watched it, and I was talking about it with Garth. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I was in a bad spot there, but I don't think I could have timed it or threw it better to not just get absolutely murdered
Right.
or kill everybody else. So I mean, it obviously worked. I don't know how much Zach might have given me the benefit of the doubt or what. I know he was coming with a head of steam, but
Yep.
you know, I told him, you know, I'll throw one block there. I'll never throw two because that's ridiculous. But I mean, I couldn't just sit there and do nothing. We're coming to the checkered flag on the last lap, so had to do what I had to do.
Yeah, we see. So we have you back here on. This is when the white flag was taken. What is? You are. You see Nick Vasquez and the 48 kind of get collected up top. So at this point, you're just starting to gain a ton of momentum, right?
At this point, when all of that happened, I looked in my mirror and saw Joe behind me, and I knew with him being a lap down and him being my teammate, he was gonna push the living shit out of me. So
yeah.
I just knew he was gonna stay hooked to me. I threw a side draft right there, and he did. He stayed glued, and then the second I knew Vince was on him, the second Vince dipped low, I saw he had that run, so I jumped down, stopped his momentum there. He gave me a shot, and then it was just a matter of when Vince got taken out here by whoever's behind him.
Carlisle.
I was the same sit and duck that Zach and
Yep.
Garth were on the back stretch, and I'm like, okay, I got one shot, I got one blocking me, and that's it. And I mean, I just when you watch it from like the blimp view, I felt like I timed it perfect. I mean, there was nothing else I could do there. I cheated up, and I mean, he could have thrown it farther out, but I think he was worried about what Garth was going to do behind him.
Yeah.
Right? So I think he just
Man.
hesitated for a second, and that was it. But I got to give Joe a huge shout out because he got me back up there. I could have stayed high, but I looked and saw him down low, and I'm like, no, I'm going to stay low. Joe's going to give me my best chance here, and he did. And I'm really bummed because I tried to do my backwards Kyle Busch victory lap, and I ran out of gas on the backstretch.
Yeah,
Rip.
yeah. We were. We noticed that we kind of made fun of you a little bit.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out. We've never
Well-
seen the reverse Alan Kawicki before.
Buddy, there's a weird trend going on. I don't know if you guys saw in the Discord, but yesterday I shot my compound bow for the first time and didn't really know what I was doing and had my elbow locked out, and the string caught my left arm on the inside of my elbow, and I broke
man.
I broke the blood vessel, and within 15 seconds I had a baseball-sized blood pool up in my arm and had to call 911. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta stop doing this shit to myself.
Oh,
So-
Jeez.
I raced last night Bristol, 3 hours, and I still had a baseball on my arm, and I had a really fast car last night, but I got wrecked pretty early and just couldn't recover. But man, it seems like every time I do something crazy, I come out here and win a race. First 3-time winner on the season. So
well,
I'm not
the
gonna try to
horrible
start a
thing is,
trend, but
I am a bow hunter safety.
well, I think you and I need to have a call before I use it again. because I'm not going to make that mistake
I know
again.
exactly what you've done, and it's a very simple
Dude,
mistake.
it caught me so hard that I was just trying to sight it in
Yep.
at 10 yards, and my arrow didn't even make it target.
Hey.
That's how hard it caught me.
I've shot bow for years, and every once in a while, I accidentally hit my release on the pullback and punch myself in the face. And it happens. Don't give up on it. Get right back on
Nope,
the
definitely
horse.
not. I within an hour, I was back out there and pulled back on it, realized what I did wrong because I don't want to be afraid of it, and said, "Okay, I got this. No worries."
That's why.
What kind of bow is it?
It's a bear.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's why I
But
stick to
anyways.
guns. They're much safer.
Oh, I got plenty of those too, but I
Okay.
want to utilize those first 2 months of hunting season this year. So
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. All
but
right.
man, I'm stoked about tonight. This was awesome.
Yeah.
Now, where are you from?
I'm from New Hampshire, but I live in Tennessee.
Oh, well, so that's why I can understand how you talk.
Yeah, the Northern boys.
Fellow New Englander.
Yes, sir. I'm a Yankee.
Yeah. Hey, what's the most beautiful type of race car in New England?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know where you're going with that. I mean, there's nothing but modifieds and stuff.
You must be from the wrong side. That's immediately modified.
Well, that's what I just said. That's what I did just say.
But you hesitated.
Well, I wasn't sure where you're going with. Yeah, well, I spent a lot of time at the Claremont Speedway over there.
That's like calling your girl the wrong name.
No, don't make that mistake.
Hey man, congratulations again. And hey, how you feeling other than your arm? Pretty good?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Still no limitations. I'm scheduled for heart surgery July 3rd, so I'll be in the hospital for the 4th of July. That's a Thursday, so I should be back for the races on Monday. Because if you think I'm gonna miss a race, I got to be dead to do that. I've already proven that.
Yeah. Well, tell the missus I give her permission to smack in the back of the head.
I can play that card really well because I used to entice her all the time to the point where she would hit me, and I thought it was funny. And now she won't do it because I've died and she's already lost me once, and she don't have it in her. So I can kind of poke the bear more than I've ever been able to.
Well, you poke that bear too much, and your life is they're gonna be doing CPR on you again for a different reason.
I told her, I'm like, you can't kill me now. My vest is gonna just shock me back alive. So this is just a bad situation for you, sweetheart. No, she's awesome though. I couldn't be luckier. So not enough men say that about their wives these days, but that's the truth.
Yeah, well, not many wives have been through what she just went through too. So a lot of credit to her as well. So takes a strong couple to go through what you just went through. Love and faith. So happy for the both of you.
Appreciate you, buddy. Where are we at next week? I haven't even looked at the schedule.
So apparently we're off next week. Just because we have guys traveling to Charlotte to do the meetup and Memorial Day. Yep.
Gotcha.
But I'm gonna be out of town anyways, so that works out perfectly. So we'll be back the following week. I think we'll be Texas and then Kansas.
Oh, I love Texas. Oh, both great tracks. Well, that just means I have extra time to celebrate. I don't got to worry about nothing. So.
Yep. Yeah. There you go. Well, great job on the win tonight. Definitely did a great job coming across the start finish. What's that?
I got the short. I said third one of the season. I got short tracks and speedways. Now I got to get a mile and a half in there.
Yep. There you go.
These are good tracks coming up.
Yes, they are. I like both of those tracks. So.
Yeah. Well, you have a great rest of your evening, great rest of your week, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Yep. See you, man.
Boy, does he sound confident. Not cocky, confident. That's a big deal.
Yeah, definitely a lot of confidence come from the 88 machine, and just a lot of positive vibes post some health issues, and he's just glad to be back and happy to be racing around here. And whenever you're happy racing, then it seems like good things happen. So good job by the 88 machine.
Coming from New England, he should have said modified a lot faster than what he did. So we're gonna have to teach him a little bit more. But
yeah,
just another great win. He was in the back and the front. He had a good car.
Mm-hmm.
I know he went sailing away from me when he was down in the back when I was in the race at the beginning. But just a very impressive win. I mean, what more can you say?
Yeah, definitely showed some scrappiness there coming to the line. able to throw the block. Didn't see any spins or wrecks other than Carlisle getting into Vince Mitchell there at the end. But knowing Carlisle, just I'm sure it really was not intentional. Just
Yeah, no, that
coming to the
was
line.
yeah, he went as low as he could, and I think what that was he was down low, and the other car was coming in front of him while his car was drifting up a little bit, and if you touch just a little bit, maybe there was a little net code there. We've seen that plenty of times this year as well. So
yeah, and
certainly not intentional.
You do not want to lose any sort of momentum or speed coming to the line out of 4 to the checkered flag here. Just basically just pedal to the floor, and then whatever happens, happens. But great job by all of our competitors tonight. Only had a couple or 2 or 3 or probably just 2 natural cautions. The rest were for stage. But going through the standings just one more time here. Bellinger coming home with the win. Johnson second. Griswold third. Hunt fourth. Vasquez finishing fifth. Crossack sixth. Carlisle seventh. Ledger eighth. A couple of good nights for Ledger. Top 10 finish again.
Yep. Again.
Joe Gibbons 9th. Stoltz 10th. Cal Hoff 11th. Caleb Carter 12th. Vince Mitchell 13th. Joe Wright 14th. Ray Gill 15th. Ted Lisby 16th. Jim Mott 17th. Michael Deitch 18th. Hunter Bogdan 19th. Cameron Romano 20th. 21st. Alan Phillips 22nd. Caleb Sheets. Bill Martin 23rd. Our very own Bill Martin. And 24th. Corey Mott. So that is the ending results for the race here at DEGA. We will see you guys in a couple weeks. We'll have Texas and Kansas, not next week, but the following week.
And next week is a big race, big weekend. If I have my choice, I'll be at the modified race at Franklin on Friday night. I know I will definitely be at Tri-County Speedway on Saturday night, and I will be at the 600 with the rest of the guys. Really looking forward to meeting them. And we're also going to meet up on Saturday morning at the Hall of Fame. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, awesome time. You guys have a great time, and be sure to take pictures, post them in the Discord. But as for everybody in the Twitch chat, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thanks. I know all the drivers greatly appreciate to have their fans in here watching them drive, and we'll have plenty more action coming your way when we return from our brief break. But again, you guys have a great evening, great rest of your week, and we'll see